Hey, this is the Cossack Hexican. If you don't know what a Cossack is, well, it's a group of people from East Ukraine. They were a militaristic tribe, and yeah, this is a tribute to my late father, who was from East Ukraine. So, Crypto Class suggested that I do a sort of a short video about what who I am and what I'm about. So this is it. So yes, I am a systems engineer by trade. That's how I pay my bills. I guess my love is the law. I love justice, and also I am in theology. So I have a law degree. I have a master's degree in theology, and I'm working on a PhD in public theology. So if you want to know what public theology is, it's basically an intersection between theology and public policy. I'm a published author. I've written a number of academic articles and academic journals. I've written a book. So this is my book. If you if you're having trouble sleeping, you can read that, and that will knock you off, I'm sure. I'm also got another. This is not my book, but it's a chapter in this book, which I published in this book compendium of articles. So yeah, I so I did. I guess I've got three disciplines, if you like. Applied science and computer and information science, and law and theology. There's a number of other interests, in particular in relation to economics and finance. So I have, done quite a bit of reading and study on those areas as well. And I guess that's part of it is reason why I'm a Hexican, because there's a real need and a real issues with teaching people about money and finance. I heard about Hex in a interview with British journalist James Delingpole, and he talked about Hex and what it was and what it did and how it was the best crypto around. So yeah, I was really intrigued by it and looked into it, and I bought my first Hex, my substantial amount of Hex I bought, and that was January 2021. I think the cost or the price was about 18 cents at the time. So and then since then I've sort of been buying the dips and so on. And I said before about I talked about theology and so on, and so I'm evangelical Christian, and from what I understand, it seems like there's quite a few Hexicans that are either from the church or have church roots and so on. So I guess I'm in good company, maybe. And I one of the things I found in doing becoming a Hexican, doing finance and reading and so on, is that public theology, which is what I'm doing my PhD in, drives public policy, and there is a whole heap of very, very bad public policy, and so this is one of the interests, is to try and sort out, assist people that we can influence public policy. And I'm also, I guess I have a great deal of, I guess I'm very much a libertarian bent. So I love freedom. It's one thing I really like about Richard Hart's ecosystem and his goals and his initiatives. It's about, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and if you sort out those things, we can find a much, much, much better world. If there's really true freedom, true freedom, financial freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, and my goal is not just to be, wealthy or whatever. And lots of people want that. Most people want that, and that's fine. That makes sense. And but I don't just want to become wealthy or whatever. I want to help people, and I want them to be wealthy as well, because the world will be much better if we can. We don't have that same kind of competition, if you like, that people can be free and not under economic oppression. I really want to be able to have a legacy, not just for my own family or whatever, but to others, to create a legacy. And I absolutely detest the World Economic Forum and their agenda, and Klaus and his "you will eat the bugs and you will be happy." No, pal. No. I'm going to eat ribeye, pal, and salmon, and barramundi, and lobster, and I can afford it. Which, if Hex goes well, and the ecosystem goes well, there'll be lots of it. So, yes, I detest Marxism. It is the absolute death of humanity. That is an evil idea. Marx was an evil man. His followers were evil, and they have basically I think it was about 180 million people in the 20th century died from that kind of Marxist ideology. So I'm flat chat against that. I am not going to sit under tyranny. No freaking way. And what I want is love and truth and meaning and freedom. And that's why I'm a Hexican. Thanks for listening.